Cancer, welcome to the Renaissance Tarot. Welcome to your twin flame reading from October 25th to November 5th. I'm your funny and your most favorite Armenian guy. Thank you so much for being here, my beautiful Cancers. So today I'm going to be doing your reading, and in this reading I'm going to take a look at your recent past, present, and future, the main energy and challenge between you and your twin flame. What is it that you may anticipate, their feelings towards you, any potential actions, final outcome, and I will also close up with an important advice and messages of love. Dear Cancer, I would like to express my gratitude to each and every one of you. Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart for being here. And again, these are general readings, but they are very specific in a way that if you're on a twin flame journey, then this reading is for you. Twin flame journeys, they can be very intense. They can push us to our spiritual awakening and our ascension as well. It's basically this intense connection you feel towards your twin, right? Who is a reflection of you, and both of you embark onto a healing journey. So let's get into your reading and start off with past, present, and future, the challenge, and see what's going on between you and your twin flame. And I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for all of you for being here, for your continuous support and love. Thank you so much, dear Cancers. Of course, it is early morning, had my coffee, and I'm starting my morning with you. By the way, this deck was actually gifted to me by a Cancer. Okay, so the energy between you and your twin flame is the Empress, which is really nice. And at the bottom of the deck, you have the Three of Swords. Very obvious here. Obviously, you know, the Three of Swords at the bottom of the deck is telling me that there is a heartbreak here that you're experiencing. You both are in separation. The overall energy and the challenge for you and your twin flame is the Empress. The divine feminine energy here. This is an indication of how much you truly care for your twin, how much love you actually hold for your twin flame. You know, this is about the fact that your twin, I think they're really realizing someone is trying to find their way back to you, and they're in search of, it's like this person is in search of love that you have showed to them. And the Empress is all about making oneself and someone else feel safe. And that's a very strong characteristics of Cancers. Cancers are very nurturing, very caring, the Empress energy right here. So the overall energy is you feel that you might be even praying for your twin. You might be sending a lot of love towards them. There is this desire to mend something and to heal this heartbreak, okay? So we're going to talk about this shortly and clarify. In the recent past, dear Cancer, you have the Seven of Pentacles, the Nine of Cups, and the Nine of Swords. In the recent past, I do strongly feel like here that it was like a lot of push and pull energy here. I think with the Seven of Pentacles, one moment, you know, for maybe a short period of time or a longer period of time, everything would stop. And then all of a sudden with the Nine of Cups, both of you would miss each other a lot and then would want to be happy together again. And then there is the Nine of Swords, which is about, you know, there was a lot of stress in this connection as well. And sometimes the twin flames, not a lot of times actually, the twin flame connections, they can be very intense because it's like you are meeting yourself in the person that you're in love with, and there is a lot of mirroring going back and forth, and might have been a lot of triggers, especially with the Nine of Swords. So we're going to get back to this, dear Cancer, and clarify shortly. In the present moment, you have so this is a deck that actually has three extra cards in it, and I'm going to respectfully let this remain in this reading for you. Okay, so it's a tarot deck, but this one is extra and it is meant to be in your reading. Okay, so you have the Celestial Weaver. So you have the Celestial Weaver, which is talking about like this celestial energy about you and this connection, the Sun and the Five of Cups. Okay, so in the present moment with the Sun here being next to the Five of Cups, I feel like something is being illuminated for your twin flame and for you at the same time, simultaneously. The Sun here is about this. You know, it's good that it's here in the present moment because obviously you seem to be seeing the light of the tunnel. You're a very optimistic sign, Cancer, very positive, very nurturing. You still carry a lot of hope and a lot of love in your heart towards your twin flame. So, you know, I feel like that even though a lot of you are missing your twin flame, they're missing on you, and maybe you may feel like there is this missed opportunity. Someone here feels like they have missed out on an opportunity, but there is still hope and light at the end of the tunnel. We're going to talk about this shortly when we clarify. In the near future, dear Cancer, you have the Five of Pentacles, the King of Wands, and the Queen of Wands. In the near future, as you can see, the King and the Queen, right? This is about you and your twin flame coming in together and wanting to overcome a major obstacle here. Five of Pentacles, especially in this kind of a reading, is an indication of abandonment. Okay, loneliness, abandonment, sadness. So this is something that you're going to be looking into with your twin flame. Obviously, there might be a lot of triggers and past traumas that might have come up, and you have been in the process of healing yourself from certain traumas from the past. We're going to talk about this shortly, and I think there is something also that's been happening with your twin flame as well. At the bottom of the deck, you have the Three of Swords, followed by the Four of Swords and the Queen of Pentacles. So there is a lot of healing that's taking place with the Four of Swords, because you don't want to stay in this energy any longer of the feeling heartbroken and brokenhearted. And I'm sending you a big hug, dear Cancer. You might be dealing with the Taurus. I'm getting here Leo, possibly another water sign, Gemini, Aquarius, Libra. So let's get into your reading and let's clarify everything for you. I'm going to clarify the Empress for you, dear Cancer, and see what it is about. Cancerlicious, I'ma serve the leash. So the Empress is clarified by the Wheel of Fortune, the Ace of Wands, and the Ace of Cups. Beautiful. Like literally, I've been getting chills in your readings more and more. I mean, if it was like once in a while, but now it's every single reading for you, Cancer. Okay, so the Empress is clarified by the Ace of Cups, Ace of Wands, and the Wheel of Fortune. This is talking about realizing and recognizing the fact that this person has come into your life for a reason. Destiny, Wheel of Fortune. And there is a desire here to actually have a brand new beginning with your twin flame. There is a lot of things. For some of you, maybe you are realizing that there has been some blockages on the way, and maybe there has been some difficulties, right? With the Ace of Cups and the Ace of Wands, you wanna overcome those. You wanna give it another chance. The Empress is one of the most beautiful energies here. It's the most nurturing. It's about motherhood. It's about parenthood. It's about nurturing and taking care. Okay, so if it's your twin flame, I think you have come a long way and you have arrived to a place where you truly care deeply for your twin. Now, the challenge here is, how is this opportunity going to happen for you, right? We always talk about, or there is an opportunity coming in for you, someone is in search of for you, someone's coming back. Again, this is a reading, dear Cancer, where, it's not going to resonate with everyone, but I do want to still deliver, the messages and help you get the most out of it. There is going to be some sort of a shift, okay? It's like your twin flame is also simultaneously mirroring and projecting the same energy back to you, because they also would want to come around and would want to have a brand new beginning. But I do feel like for whatever reason, they have some baggages with them. They are still trying to resolve with the Five of Cups. There is a lot of heavy energies, okay, with your twin flame that they're trying to free themselves from. And, it's like you are embodying the sun. You are seeing the light at the tunnel, at the end of the tunnel. You're seeing that there is an opportunity here to come out of this, messy situation. For some of you, it could be a little bit complicated, and, to move towards a new direction where things are working out for both of you. Okay, so let's get into your recent past here with the Seven of Pentacles. I do feel like here, dear Cancer, in the past, there might have been a lot of push and pull energies between you and your twin flame. The Seven of Pentacles is clarified by the Justice, Libra energy, Page of Wands, Two of Pentacles. Okay, so some of you were possibly dealing with the Libra, might have been an age difference, could have been a Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus, Leo, Aries, Sagittarius. The signs really doesn't matter that much. It might be that your twin flame has, any of those placements in their birth chart. I do see here someone being on and off with you with the Two of Pentacles, like I said earlier, dear Cancer. Okay, your twin flame obviously was, when I say someone, it's your twin flame. So this person was hot and cold, going back and forth here. And I'm also going to say this may resonate, may not, but with the Two of Pentacles, you see there is waters in the background, right? And the waters are very wavy. I feel like your person might have had like mood swings, or like, a lot of emotional roller coaster moments between you and your twin flame, and I think that you tried to really navigate through this situation respectfully. But one of the things that I'm seeing happen in the past was the constant energy of, being in and out. It really caused a lot of stress with the Nine of Swords. But let's talk about the Nine of Cups. There was still a lot of happiness. For whatever reason, when you and this person would get together, you felt like that there was this familiarity with this person. They seemed very familiar to you. There was this sense of knowingness and a lot of signs and synchronicities, angel numbers. 944 on my clock right now, but also I'm getting 222 could have been a significant number for many of you, dear Cancers. Nine of Cups is clarified by the High Priestess, the Magician, and the Judgment. Okay, so definitely in major arcana cards right here, a lot of happiness and also manifestation and spiritual connection, my beautiful Cancers. I'm getting here deep spiritual connection with the High Priestess. The High Priestess is, because you're one of the most psychic and one of the most spiritual signs out there. I think water signs are very spiritual and very psychic. That's, what I always get. Of water signs, and I love that. And I think that you just knew something within you was telling you, this is my twin flame, this is my person in the past. With the Judgment here, there was a time before you finally confirmed that you were kind of doubting, going back and forth. But I think based on whatever synchronicities and signs that you encountered, I feel like that for many of you, you realize that this is my twin flame, this is my person. Okay, so let's talk about the Nine of Swords here for you in the recent past. Nine of Swords is telling me that many of you experienced like stress. You were still stressed out about this connection, maybe because this person left. Okay, I'm getting here someone leaving you. A Capricorn could have left you. So clarified by the Four of Wands, the Emperor, Aries energy, and the Knight of Pentacles, and the Ten of Cups. One of the main reasons why a lot of you were stressed out, I'm seeing here the marriage cards right here, marriage, family, right? Maybe this person, your twin flame that you were dealing with, your Cancer, I do feel like here they were very slow in terms of moving towards you. There was not a clear vision and a goal of settling down together. Why am I saying that? I like to explain the cards so they make more sense. The Knight of Pentacles, dear Cancer, is the only knight that's standing still. So like not moving forward, not moving backwards, right? So in this connection, many of you felt stuck in terms of, okay, what's the next level? Maybe you even had a conversation with your twin flame. What is the next level? Like, where are we going? Are we becoming exclusive? Are we settling down? What does the future hold for us? You could have also dealt with someone, this is just a side message with the Emperor, that this person might have been like business person, CEO, someone that maybe owned a business or was running a business, right? Busy person, that's what I'm strongly getting in here. Father figure also. But nonetheless, you seem to have been very much stressed out because also maybe there was a lack of time over time. There was not enough time for you and this person to spend together. Okay, now in the present moment you have the Celestial Weaver, which I'm going to clarify. This was meant to be in your reading. Definitely, it talks about, it kind of reminds me of like someone that's rising out of the ashes, like the Phoenix. And there is a card here in this deck that says Phoenix. I think you have done a lot of internal work, Cancer. You might be a therapist. You might be someone that is very well aware of like the human psychology. And, you're not just going by the book. You are not the type of person or a therapist or a spiritual person that just goes by the book. I think you have a very tangible experience, whoever you are watching this, in terms of you doing meditation, breath work, journaling, like going deep within your mind, within yourself. So in the present moment, something is shifting. You are clear. It's clarified by the Seven of Cups, the Empress again, and the Page of Swords. The Empress here, which is also, dear Cancer, the main challenge here for you. I feel like for many of you, you're standing in front of choices and options. You know that, there is communication that needs to take place with the Page of Swords. It's like almost you want to reach out to this person. You want to say something, but you're holding it back because you feel something is about to happen. This person also is in terms of a contemplation. There might be a little bit of confusion here with the Seven of Cups. What's the best action to take, right? What is the best course of action? What is it that needs to be done? And I feel like a lot of you are still like, you're really in this nurturing energy of nurturing yourself, taking care of yourself, and seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. You're being very optimistic. Maybe there was a time that many of you were feeling very much let down. I mean, from time to time, there seems to be sadness, but I feel like you're not giving up on this connection because you truly love your twin. You truly want the best for them. And one more thing, because the energy is the Empress, I think you have recalibrated your energy. I think I told this to one of the other signs. I can't remember which one it was, but you have recalibrated your energy in terms of you're not obsessing over this connection. You're not desperate. You're very calm. And that's like when you pull your energy back to yourself, you're not repelling your twin, away, right? So the Sun is clarified by the Knight of Cups, the Queen of Cups, and the Knight of Swords. Yeah, you are definitely considering of having an equal give and take conversation and exchange with your twin. And most importantly, this is your energy right now. Queen of Cups is Cancer energy, and the Knight of Cups too. I feel like, you're more than willing and open to open up your emotions to your twin and talk to them and have a very important conversation. This person seems to be a lot on your mind. With the juxtaposition that you have right now here, the Queen of Cups is you, male or female, doesn't matter. I know there is a lot of male Cancers watching as well, right? So, and then right behind you is the Knight of Swords. Knight of Swords is all about like this mental activity. A lot of chatter going on, a lot of internal dialogues going on, a lot of thinking going on about this person. And then we have the Five of Cups, right? So I feel like your twin, you are picking up on your twin's energy, okay? This is how you're feeling them. Like the separation that's been causing sadness, the separation that's been making you and your twin feel like as if someone here lost on an opportunity. Five of Cups is clarified by the Nine of Swords, the Nine of Pentacles, and the Five of Wands. Exactly. I do feel like here that just as much as, you might pick up on your energy, your person is literally with the Nine of Swords energy. Like I said, someone is feeling stressed out, right, with the Nine of Swords. And the Nine of Pentacles and the Five of Wands, for some of you, I feel like you could be doing really well or you're about to do very well financially. Your twin flame is being, how do you say this, conflicted within themselves. Like there is an internal conflict that's taking place within them with the Five of Wands. There is something going on in your twin's energy that it's like they're regretting. There is a regret. They want to find the type of love that you have given to them, okay? They want to find that, but because you guys are twins, and everyone has free will, I always say you don't have to always stick with one person. You can learn the lesson, understand, and move forward. But I think it's more about your person's energy, whereas like they're being conflicted within themselves for the way that things ended. Now, looking into this imagery, dear Cancer, Five of Wands, I'm sure you will find this very interesting to know. It shows 5 different people dressed up in different outfits. And there is a lot going on, right? So it could be cultural differences between you and this person. There could be also other factors involved in this person's life. Maybe their family is influencing them, their family is affecting them, or they're affected by some external factors here that's creating this conflict within themselves. In the near future, you have the Five of Pentacles, the King of Wands, and the King of Wands and the Queen of Wands. So in the near future, there is definitely an acknowledgement of some sort of a trauma here, and we're going to talk about this. Someone here experienced a very difficult childhood, very difficult and challenging upbringing, right? So the Five of Pentacles is clarified by the Nine of Cups, the Ten of Cups, and the Ace of Pentacles. I think at the end of the day, what you and this person truly want, your twin flame, is to have a brand new beginning, which can lead to a family. When I was saying with the childhood trauma here, you see there is children in this imagery with the Ten of Cups, right, playing. Your person might have grown up or maybe was raised, I don't know, maybe foster home, maybe was adopted, or they were in a very dysfunctional environment. Maybe their parents were divorced. Something here really affected and damaged your person's nervous system. Your nervous system is very important. If it's dysregulated, it can affect a person's way of operation in relationships, in work, can affect their health. So I feel like that in the near future, there is going to be a conversation here and this is not going to resonate with everyone, to heal. Like you could be offering your twin flame to enter into maybe either therapy or some sort of a holistic approach type of a help. Okay, that's just for some of you, not gonna resonate with everyone. But in the near future, I do see here, as you can see, with the king and a queen coming in together, and this is a power couple dynamic, obviously. So let's talk about this right now and clarify the King of Wands. What is the King of Wands here about? The King of Wands is clarified by the King of Wands, again, the Five of Cups and the Two of Cups. The cards cannot lie and we cannot make this up, right? The fact that you have the King of Wands being clarified by the King of Wands, the Two of Cups, right? Which is literally, this is the twin flame connection here, right there. My beautiful Cancers, and the Five of Cups. I feel like your person is going to admit some things that maybe they denied in the past or they were not aware of. I do strongly feel like here there's a big opportunity for you and this person to come together, to join together, to work something out, okay? For a lot of you, you can feel and pick up on this, that it's actually gonna happen very soon. There is also, if in the past, you and your twin, like, there used to be a lot of like physical activities going on between you two, you already know. If that's not the case, then, but I think that it's gonna be, this connection is beyond the physical attraction and the affection. It's actually much deeper, right? So I do feel like you're there. For a lot of you, there is gonna be an opportunity for you and this person to overcome the past hurdles, right? And see that there is an opportunity here. There is still two cups that are standing still. No longer having a pity party, no longer being fixated on what happened in the past, who did it and why. Because I feel like this is a connection that's meant to work out in a way that you are doing your healing journey. You're still in the middle of your healing journey. It's your twin's turn to acknowledge some things, and that's how when the twin flames come together, dear Cancer, it's like holding mirrors back to each other and showing things to one another and allowing them to heal. And it can be very triggering, it's easy said than done, but it's challenging, but it's going to be worth it. So the Queen of Wands is clarified by the Chariot, literally one of my most favorite cards in tarot. I love the Chariot. It's such a go-getter energy, and this is a card for Cancer in tarot. So the Chariot, the Hierophant, and the Ace of Swords. Sprinkle, sprinkle. You know what I'm saying? Hierophant, Taurus energy, marriage, commitment, relationship. You know what I'm saying? Like literally. So I feel like you and this twin of yours are going to be moving towards commitment, going to be moving towards relationship, solid connection, marriage. Ace of Swords here is that this relationship is going to be based on the truth and clarity and knowing which direction both of you want to move forward to. I think that you are becoming very clear in your emotions, in your determination, which direction you really want to move forward to. I do feel like here that a lot of you also might be relocating with your twin, but marriage is something that I feel like is on the horizon for you too. Okay, so let's see what is the advice here for you before I get into the messages of love. Beautiful reading, Cancer. And when I talk about those healing journeys and all that, like, I know it's not the easiest. I know it can be very tough and challenging, right? So I'm sending you a big hug and hats off. So you have the Hermit, the Knight of Cups, and the High Priestess. Okay, so indeed there is definitely a very strong spiritual connection between you and this person. With the Hermit here, it talks about the spiritual path and the journey that you both have been into. But if you've been in separation, that Hermit mode is not going to last forever. The Knight of Cups, which is actually a very sensual, romantic characteristic in tarot. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces energy. Definitely roses, dinners together. You know what I'm saying? Very Cancerian mood, like very homey, cozy, just spending more time together. And that's what I see coming up for you. This is just about you with the Hermit here, knowing that the advice here is you're not going to be just hermiting forever. You're not going to be in this single energy forever. Things are going to be looking better. It's going to get easier and it's going to get better for you, dear Cancer. The High Priestess is to trust your intuition because you're a very spiritual person. It's about paying attention to the signs and synchronicities that you might be seeing. The High Priestess has number 2 on top, so that's 222 right there for you as a confirmation. Some of you also may have a cat. I don't know why I'm picking up on someone's cat's name is Lulu, Layla. That's what I'm getting. That's just a side message. But let's see what is the messages of love for you here that you need to know, dear Cancer. What is the messages of love? Yeah, so you have trust, and your messages of love here is it is safe to trust in this situation. It is about surrendering, it is about trusting and allowing things to unfold in perfect divine timing, dear Cancer. And I think that you have done that. That's why you're embodying this Empress energy, trusting that it's going to work out better than you thought, and allowing, this opportunity to come towards you where someone finds their way back to you, and really trying to express what they want to heal from, because there is a lot of abandonment wounds and stuff that your twin is really trying to heal from and free themselves from. And you play a major role in this twin's life, like a catalyst and creating a cathartic moment. So dear Cancer, this is what I had for you. I hope that this reading helped. Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart for being here. I wish you have an amazing day ahead, a week ahead. I love you so much, and I will see you on the next one. Take care. Bye.